I really do not know why this thing like to start like that, but we're gonna get it back right in a minute, okay? Hey, hey, happy, what is this? Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to another round. I'm your girl Jay. I am here just to talk about some things, get some things out. Exactly. These type of things or whatever. And I usually don't do this on this channel. I usually don't do it on this channel. I talked to El Cid the other day. Hey, El Cid. I talked to her the other day. And I was like, El Cid, you familiar with the, Kendrick and Drake beef, from the back or whatever and stuff? And, she like, not really. But then she brought up the lawsuit. And so we kind of had a little kiki about it or whatever. Sometimes you got to pop out and sue niggas. But she had brought up a good question. Would was it how you say it? Was it Pac? Would Pac sue Biggie or would Biggie sue Pac? That's what she asked or whatnot. And I was just thinking about it, and I was thinking about some other things that's been going on in the world, and I want to make sure y'all can hear me. No, Nas need to sue Jay-Z for Super Ugly, baby. I know they took it down. But even though Ether was that thing, okay? But Super Ugly, to be honest with you, not like us. Super Ugly still might. It wasn't like if Super Ugly came out in this day and age, which Super Ugly would have been bigger than it was. Okay, Super Ugly was Super Ugly. Like it was his title. Okay, Jay had no holes in that. Okay, Jay had no holes. But I was thinking, and I had told Elsie I want to take a different approach to how this battle is carrying on or whatever. I want to go to gear to more what our channel does. We like to break down human behaviors, talk about different things that we see in the world and how people are moving. And it is something that has kind of like been something I've been working on for a very long time. And I think I'm in a, yeah, exactly. Pac shoot Biggie for no, but that's backwards. Biggie should shoot Pac for who shot you, because it was who shot you, who is that's that's Pac's actual song. Oh well, hit him up. No, you're right. El Cid. You're right. Hit him up is Pac's song. But they would have been in court back and forth with each other. Anywho, that's neither here nor there. So the purpose of this actual thing, and that's why I say it's a metaphor of Drake crashing out, is just to be like, really talk about relinquishing people, letting people have that much power. And it's been something that I have been working on for a very long time myself. And so, like, little backstory, I am technically not an only child, okay? I'm not an only child. I have siblings, but between my parents, I'm the only one between the two of them. So I'm the only one with my particular chromosomes, my DNA specifically, or whatever. The rest of my siblings are half siblings for the most part. We consider ourselves whole siblings, so we're brothers, sisters, period. But in technical terms, they all have a different mother. We share a father with majority of them, and then I have one brother from my mother, and some older siblings from my siblings. They're my siblings. So I pretty much grew up by myself, around myself, in a only child type of space, because my oldest brother is 10 years older than me. Didn't grow up with him. He grew up with his mom predominantly, and then my sister, my oldest younger sister, is 6 years. We're about sorry, y'all. My internet is going to act crazy. Let me see. Let me try to see if I can get on the other one. Give me 1 second because it might go out again. Okay. Hopefully that's stable now. I don't know where I left off on my story or whatnot. Anywho, basically, I grew up by myself in a somewhat a way. I didn't have a voice a lot of times growing up. It would be overshadowed because, like I said, when I tell y'all these stories, that I have a loud family, but I'm kind of like the quietest one, which is kind of weird sometimes when you around me because I can get loud, but I'm generally the quietest one. So my voice got overshadowed a lot of times. And during that time alone, I had realized that emotions are very much personal. People do not care how you feel. Hate to say it, but it's the truth. People really do not care how you feel. There's a very select few people that will actually generally pick up on the fact that you're feeling some type of way and ask you. But most people do not care. They carry on about their day. They do things to you and they keep going about their day. They have zero F's about it, about what they did, how you feel, whatever the case may be. They don't be bothered with you until you bother them. You know what I'm saying? So I used to tell my daughter that all the time when she was a baby and she'd have an attitude and she'd carry on with her attitude. I'd be like, you're going to be the only one with an attitude. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. Your Gigi going to continue doing what they're doing. Your friends going to continue doing what they're doing. But you're going to sit here and disrupt your whole day because you're holding on to this attitude. Eventually, at some point, I don't know, I think I was in high school, I was middle school, something like that. One of my friend's mother told me I used to hold things in and never have a place to let it be my outlet, release, or whatever, and stuff like that. And hold on, let me the story real quick because I understand that I probably am at this point bringing a bunch of people that might be coming in to hear me talk about Drake and Kendrick specifically. Okay, I will be talking about them. But I just want you to get an understanding of where I'm coming from, where I go with this angle. It is not about necessarily do I feel like this one wanted to beef, this one that. It's not necessarily about that. It's about how we get to this lawsuit today. Okay. How Drake, some of y'all Drake fans that might trickle on up in here, tell me that he is the greatest of all time, that he's the GOAT or whatever, he's the king, this, that, and the third. How does a king relinquish his power to a mere mortal, a mere man, a peasant, so to speak? This is what this topic is actually about. So back to my story. She told me one day, you keep bottling all your things and you're going to be the only one suffering from it. You're going to have ulcers. You're going to have internal problems. You're going to, the stress is going to eat you away because you're bottling things up. Just hearing that information, I would go on to the extreme. I would go on to the extreme possibly to be somewhat like a Drake. Where it's like, I don't want to be hurting on the inside and I don't want to be hurting alone. So I want y'all to feel my hurt. I understand that is not very productive either in the world, because then I come off unhinged, I come off unstable, I come off like don't have it together. So I have to balance those two things, knowing that people do not give a F about how I feel, but at the same time, letting the world know I feel something. Letting the world know that I am still human and I still feel, that is totally okay. I say all this to say that what Drake is currently doing right now is letting the world know he feels something. But the problem is Drake doesn't totally want to admit that I feel something. You want to sit on the platforms and say I'm unbothered, I'm unfazed. Guess what? On stake, I'm just going to do this next thing. I'm going to conveniently drop a tour on the same day as a Super Bowl. Half of us don't give a F, Drake. We don't give a F. We don't give a F. So now you want to file a lawsuit. Now you're crashing out. You're crashing out because at the end of the day, you relinquished your power to Kendrick. Kendrick didn't say nothing but some mere words, but you believe those words so much that you relinquished your power to what he said. Had Drake just believed in himself, knew whatever he had going on, he was standing on 10, he's good or whatever and stuff like that, and Kendrick's words held no weight, we would not be seeing this childhood actor spiraling out of control the way we do. This is a full that he is on right now. Like, what? You're going to sue your own record label. You're going to sue your own record label saying that they have somehow manipulated the system in favor of your ops, who doesn't have nothing but a distribution deal with that same company. Now, granted, yes, there's some validity there because on one hand, the record label is going to make money regardless. That's the truth. They're going to make money off of you regardless. But why would I sit here and put stock into a person who just has a distribution deal with me, opposed to somebody I have a whole bunch of money invested in? I mean, a whole lot of money invested into them, into their career, seeing that their career goes down in flames. Granted, the industry has shown that a lot of artists do make more money unalive than alive. But I think that would have been an easier route for them to take than sit here to actually try to manipulate streams against you, especially when you've been holding down the industry for the last umpteen years, so to speak. Why is Kendrick living rent-free in your brain, my guy? Like, what? What is Kendrick doing besides being Kendrick is bothering you so much? I don't know, God. I'm trying to say something, but you keep cutting me off. Let me speak, God. Let me speak. Ah. Look, Drake trying to cut me off now. The sixth guy trying to cut me off. I need to talk to Jehovah. Jehovah, can you cut his sound wave so he can stop mine? Okay, I'm trying to talk. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me for my French, God, but Drake trying to cut me off right now. Hold up. And don't let the Canadian God cut me off, please. Thank you. All right. Anywho. And look, Taylor even says she been enjoying Drake since 2012, baby. And I'm not going to hold you. There's some Drake songs I rather enjoy. It got me through plenty work days. Plenty work days. Running through the six with my woes with my stuff because me and my woadies was out here like acting out. Like we was on a good one at that time, all right? There was some of the best years ever. Then he hooked up with Future, child. It was ridiculous. Okay, my petty level shot through the roof. But I'm just saying, like, you've held down the record. But much like as I like Drake for certain occasions, I love Kendrick for other occasions. And I purposely said it like that. Like, I love Kendrick. Like, I'm not saying he can't do no wrong, because there's plenty songs, especially in his early career, that I don't really listen to. But as I grew, Kendrick grew. I love that. I like Drake for reminiscing of that time that I once was in, when I was just out here wilding out, not getting together, just having fun, living life, doing, you know what I'm saying? From this set to this set. It was fun. But sometimes I want to sit here and reflect and be like, you know what? This is how far I've gotten. Look how much I've grown. And that's what Kendrick does for me. And that's okay. I can live in the middle and say I actually like both artists for different reasons. I categorize rap in a whole lot of different categories that a lot of people don't even do. And trust me, there's a lot of people that categorize rap certain ways. For me, like I'll explain. For me, Future is not hip. Future is a vibe. Future doesn't say much of any of the different things that he's already said several times. He just says it different ways, but I vibe out because he has a certain cadence and he picks certain beats that I can just vibe and chill and I'm good. When I want to be petty, I listen to 2 Chainz. That's how I categorize this. When I want to be uplifted and like really hear some stuff, I'll listen to Raspity. When I want to be in my conscious level of understanding me as a whole person, I listen to Kendrick. Point blank, period. My music is diverse. Like I listen to all type of stuff based off of different moods that are all part of me. I am one. I'm okay with being all of me. You know what I'm saying? I have good days, I have bad days. Some days I thrive in the petty. Some days I want to be at peace. Some days I want to be both. Peaceful petty. So it's just a matter of what do I give my power to that day? And unfortunately for Drake, he has given so much power, so much of his power to Kendrick. And it's like, why? Why does Kendrick live so freely in your life like this? Kendrick is over here doing like I'm doing right now. I'm literally in pajama pants. I've been at my smoker majority of the morning, okay? I got a tomahawk still on that thing. I got two turkey loins already ready to go. I got some baked potatoes in the oven. Okay, I'm about to eat good. I'm not thinking about anything, nobody. My cat is over here knocked out sleep. My dog is over there laying out. Like, I'm not bothered by anything or anybody because I choose not to be. Emotions are a personal choice. Me giving up my power to anybody is an emotional choice that I have free will to do. And that's what I'm telling you guys. Like, stop giving up your power to people who is going on about their day, not thinking about you. Why would I ever do that? Why would I sit here and give up all that I've worked for, my peace, for a person who's going to forget that they disturbed it in 5 seconds? Kendrick is not thinking about Drake. Not in the way Drake think he thinking about him. He is not. He not. My guy plays chess. He's like too many moves ahead. Like way too many. Right now, he's probably sitting on checkmate. And Drake just ain't realized it yet. Kendrick is literally on to other things right now. And Drake is like, let me figure out how can I come at him for something he said months ago? Why are we talking about something he said months ago? Like you're just now assuming you just now figured out, hey, the streams might have been manipulated. The same weekend, all the streams have now reverted to new Kendrick songs. You see what I'm saying? He a perfectionist. He is not worried about no daggone Drake. If he worried about Drake at any point, he like, okay, which one of you security guards gonna tackle him on his way over here? Because that's as much thought I'm gonna give him. He thinking about what he gonna say at the Grammys when he get his award. He thinking about his baby's birthdays coming up. He thinking about vacation. He thinking about a tour. He thinking about, what he gonna eat tomorrow. He thinking about what is he thankful for in this life. He's thinking about 100,000,001 things except for Drake. Everything is not about you, Drake. Everything is not about you, Drake. I'm so sorry. Everything is just not about you, okay? That's all it is.
Drake?
What? You've been feeling yourself just a little too long, my guy. Now you about to fill yourself up out of I don't know what. And so I was wondering, I was thinking, this is a side route, okay? Because sometimes when I be having my thoughts, They be on a journey, okay? But sometimes along the journey, I like to detour and take some scenic routes. And on the scenic route, I was thinking to myself, I thought a whole bunch of thoughts. Let me clarify that, because I went a whole bunch of things. There was some flowers over there. It was a squirrel. It was a whole bunch of stuff going on when I was having these thoughts. But I was thinking, like, if this is really just to get out your upcoming contract? Is this really to get out your upcoming contract, or is this a way for you can sit here and have the label sue Kendrick? Or is this a way, because I don't even see why the label would sue Kendrick or whatever, because they're not going to get anything out of it. Like, defamation is a very hard case to like do. And if they're responsible behind the streams, that still has nothing to do with Kendrick. Kendrick got a distribution deal. What y'all do to distribute my stuff, that's on you, baby. It sounds like good marketing to me. I don't know, but that's on you. So they know that they're not really going to sit here and sue it. So I'm like, is this all a scheme that Todd and Candy put together to come at us with the bush? You know what I'm saying? Is this a scheme that Drake and whatever, Lucian, whatever his name is, you know what I'm saying? You know, whatever that man name is this a scheme to sit here and try to like punk Kendrick in some type of way? I don't know. Like, it makes no sense. If you want out your contract, negotiate better contracts, my guy, because the fuck, you was stuck in a stupid deal from jump. Like, what? That's what used to tickle me. I ain't gonna hold y'all. That's what used to tickle me about the beef, is when he be trying to big up his contract and how much money he making. It's like, bro, but you can't come off a tour. Like, this is the first time he's actually been off tour for a long time. And I think he's only really been off because of the whole battle situation. Like, nobody really want to hear you. But like, he has not been able to come off tour since the contract. He's been going to back-to-back tours, like back-to-back. Like, Negro, you made back-to-back for you made back-to-back for why I can't think of his name right now. What is P. Diddy boyfriend name? Y'all, Meek Mills. Y'all done made back-to-back for Meek Mills, but literally you was talking about yourself going on back-to-back tours because you can't come off tour. Because if you come off tour, you're gonna lose some money from the contract that you got to pay back. Meanwhile, you want to talk about Kendrick splits. It's like, big girl, like Kendra said, I can't talk to a nigga that's signed to that nigga that's signed to that nigga that's signed to that nigga. Like, the fuck, you signed to too many people. Like, we can't talk because we're not even on the same playing level. Like, what are you talking about right now? So you got to pay all these people back. You can't even go off tour, and you over here mad at the man that could drop wherever he want. He dropping like Beyonce at this point. Like, you know, I woke up today, drop that. My son just took a second poop for the day to drop that. Like, he just dropping for no reason. Meanwhile, you gotta go through your label and all these things and say this, that, and the third, and you want to ask them, hey, you know about this record? You let him say this about me? Bruh, you said all kind of crazy stuff about him first. Why we like to start in the middle? Like, well, why we like to start in the middle? You said the shit first. You initiated this fight. Why? What the hell? I ain't looking at human behavior. Like, you started this fight and then you gave up your power. Wow, stuff, my guy. So would Nas have sued Jay-Z? Would have Jay-Z sued Nas? Would Biggie sue Tupac? Because, man, Tupac said, I effed your wife. Say what now? I effed your wife. Y'all got all these people mad with you. You over here mad. You fake mad with Wayne. You fake mad with Wayne right now. Like, and I say this to Drake, like, you're fake mad with him, not at him, but with him behind the Super Bowl. I say you fake mad with him behind the Super Bowl because when Wayne had his financial issues, it wasn't you that ran to his side and aided him out, just like you ran to Young Thug's side and, you know, hugged him up and you know, was there for him on his first day out. I think it was Young Thug. I don't be caring about these people like that. But I think it was Young Thug who you ran to. But the man who put you on, the man who made you seen, when he had some financial issues, it wasn't you. It wasn't the Barb. It was a man that's overhead of picking the acts for the NFL. Now, Jay-Z could have done it for his own personal reasons and whatnot, but it's at the end of the day, it still wasn't none of y'all. Y'all had personal reasons to do it. But this is the funny thing about them two in particular. I told you I'm a segue all over the place, so y'all just got to stay with me on this journey. Them two particular people, they want people to pay homage to them, but they don't want to pay homage to the people before them. So parts of Drake's beef with Kendrick is that Kendrick don't really acknowledge that he gave him his first big platform. Thank you. One thing's for sure, two things for certain is with or without that big platform, Kendrick was going to be known. You just helped him be known faster. Thank you. Kendrick won't say it, I'll say it for him. Thank you. Because I appreciate you for doing it. Thank you. I appreciate Kendrick being in the knowing a lot sooner. Thank you. Thank you. If you don't get it enough, Drake, thank you. You did that. Can we take it back a step? Wayne put you out. So if Wayne didn't put you out, you couldn't have put Kendrick out. Thank you, Wayne. Where's the homage? Where's that I owe you spirit when Wayne is in trouble? Where's that? Let me go bail my buddy out of his situations. Because guess what? When nobody's paying attention to me, that dude heard me. He seen me. He made me feel seen. Let me go pay him some homage. Where is Nicki when she was doing all the album covers just the same as Little Kim? When she is now a Barb, when Little Kim's whole video was literally designed on becoming a Barbie. Y'all love to have that I made y'all spirit, Hannah. But forget y'all was made too. Y'all not God. Y'all didn't just exist. As much as y'all like to call yourselves a God, you're not. You didn't just exist. You were made too. You were so made, Drake, that you don't even have your own identity. The only way we want to pay homage is I'm going to go and buy your jewelry. I'm going to go buy your ring. I'm going to buy your catalog or whatever, stuff like that. Great. Like, what? It's and I really want to make this about Drake giving up his power, but I'm starting to think as I sit here right now on this journey, I told you this is going to be a journey through this thought process with me. He never had power in the first place because what? You get mad. When J. Cole has a difference of opinion and say, you know what, I don't even want to enter this. I apologize. It don't sit right in my thing. Now, granted, J. Cole be straddling some fences, okay? He be having one side and one leg on one side and the other leg on the other and pussy popping on the fence real tight. He do. So that part would be give me leery. But if he want to apologize, man, go and apologize. Do your thing. Just know I see you. I see you. I see you for who you are. That's cool. You might do something, you're going to apologize. Okay, cool. You're going to do something again, then you're going to apologize. Okay, cool. After a while, just stop giving you a space to do it in. But, I see you. You could have did that. You get mad because Kendrick sit here and call out the whole industry. Call out the whole industry. Now, there's some people that's legitimately mad because their name wasn't in that verse, but he only got so long to spit a verse, okay? He can't put all of y'all in there. Just assume you was in there when he named enough of you, okay? That's all. Lupe. Nothing personal. I love Lupe. Kick Push was my shit, okay? But he literally called you out by name and was just like, yo, if we going for the greatest of all time, if this is what we going for, let's do this. Let's round robin it out until we get to the final round, and then figure out who going in this final four. Then when we get to the final four, we got the championship game. That's how it is. Oh, my Dumb It Down was my ish, baby. It is still my ish. Dumb It Down is still my ish. That's go. That is a go. Okay, that's what I'm saying. But that's just the wavelength. Kendrick, for me, is like a product of Lupe. Now, you know what I'm saying? That's where I'll give homage, but Kendrick gave homage elsewhere, you know what I'm saying? But he like hip hop. He like hip hop. So I can see some of the influence or whatever. Like that whole the album, The Cool was my guy. Y'all couldn't tell me about nothing about Lupe. Like what? Lupe was the modern day at that time Mos Def for me. Like, but what I was saying about Drake ass. I forgot what the hell I was saying about Drake. Lord Jesus. Yeah, anyway, back to him and his power relinquishing thing. Like, I don't know. To be in a space of peace, I think that's what the issue is. When you start to travel down to a place of peace and wanting to sit in peace, you realize how much power you have over your life that you are not. Kid Cudi, I only like the first album. Stop doing this, La Queen. Y'all know I got that little 80. I'll be like, oh, it's a squirrel. Y'all know I got it. Stop. Let me stay focused. This is why I can't do multitask. I can't do the two things at one time because I'll be so distracted. Anywho. But freaking out. I totally forgot again. She's just gonna come back to me. Give me a thought. But freaking Drake, like, fuck, I done forgot. Give me a second. Lord Jesus, take these glasses off because they hurt. When you're like in a space of peace and you're finding like balancing that inner peace of yourself, and I'm not saying that there are days that you don't crave battles, you don't crave the war, because listen, as a person who has been fighting all my life, you know what I'm saying? Like Miss Sophia, I've been fighting all my life. I had to fight the men's, my uncles, my brothers. The girl child ain't safe in a house full of men's, okay? I had to fight them all. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when you've been fighting war all your life, peace feels crazy to you. It's quiet. It feels lonely because most of the people still on the battlefield. Most of the people still out there. They still fighting. And so it feels real lonely. It gets scary sometimes. Sitting in loneliness with yourself and your own demons, that gets scary sometimes. That get real scary, but you got to get comfortable in that space. You got to get comfortable in silencing those voices that be going on in the back telling you that everything is a battle, everything is war, everybody is coming at you. They're not. They're not. You know what's coming at you? That voice. That voice. And sometimes it gets hard to silence that voice with silence, but you got to. You got to find that peace within yourself. And when you start to find that peace within yourself and you're at peace with your life decisions and the choices that you made, and you understand that, you know, this is a part of living. Hey, God, I own it. I own it. You know, and I'm not saying y'all gotta be like me. Like I'm really at that space where it's like I own a lot of things that I've done wrong and a lot of things that I've done good. It's like, you know, whatever consequence I got coming to me, I got coming to me. I'm gonna be punished for things I don't even remember I did. Like that's where I was at that time. I did it, I blacked out. I don't know what the hell happened. I did it, whatever, whatever. I'm at peace with all of that. And I'm at a space where it's just like I don't allow people to disrupt my peace when I don't need it. When I want to be disrupted, I'll gladly jump in the fight. I'll gladly get back on the battlefield. Child, I'm Jon Snow on the battlefield. I'm in the thick of it. Okay, I'm rest to go. But when I don't want it to be disrupted, I'm not going to have it be disrupted. And for me, it's like, Drake, you asked for the disruption, so you should have been ready to go. You should have been strapped up and booted, my nigga. Like, you asked for this man to come out of his peaceful space because you were stuck in the trenches thinking that you can take everybody on. Ramsey Bolton, you just think you could take everybody on because you've been fighting all your life. Peaceful Negroes been fighting. They have found out that, you know what, sometimes there's other things to fight for, and there's days that I just want to live. You know what I'm saying? I want to live. I want to mind my business. I want to be, you know, just chill. And when you draw a peaceful Negro out, you gonna get all that's coming for you. You know why? You know why? Do you understand why? Let me help you understand why, because clearly you never been at peace with yourself. Let me understand why. It was a hard fight, very hard fight for that person to be at peace with themselves, to be at peace and one with all that they have done in their life. I used to date a guy that was in the military and he was shipped off. I used to date a few guys. Let me take that back. But one in particular, he was shipped off in the middle of the Iraq War. And I had met him before he left and gone. And when I say that there was this look in his eye, like there was life in his eyes when I first met that man. There was life living in his eyes, dancing, shining, sparkling in his eyes when I first met that man. Time had passed, granted, a couple of years or whatever and stuff like that. But the eyes that I looked in when he returned was not the same. They had no soul. They had nothing. That man seen a lot. And we talked, and he used to tell me some of the stories of the things that he was dealing with and how transitioning back from being over there to the civilian life was and all this stuff like that. And he basically told me, like, right now, I can literally unalive a person and have no thoughts about it. Not one thought. And all of that to say, like, the things that he said, all the things that he's fighting alone by himself in his head. He's fighting all of those demons, all of those visions that he's had all that time, kids running up to him with weapons and things like this. Like, trying to find peace within himself was going to be an uphill struggle for that man. Some of us go through these uphill struggles with ourselves when we're looking for that inner peace. It's not an easy battle. It's not and then it's like, such a high place to go to with yourself, is that coming down seems like a journey. I ain't coming down for nothing. If I come all the way down this mountain I done climbed, best believe I'm going home I'm leaving here with something. So if that means it is your head, by all means, hand it over to me, because I'm leaving here with something, or I'm not leaving at all. Drake, you asked for that man to come off of his high mountain, his high hill, and entertain you, sir. Be entertained. Be entertained. You should have left that man alone. When he wanted to be left alone, you should have left him alone. You leave quiet people alone. When people is being unbothered, you leave they unbothered behind alone, because they know how it is when they get bothered. I get it. Because when I'm at peace, please let me be at peace. Because when I get unbothered, I'm going kamikaze. I don't give a damn. I'm blowing you, me, everything up. Everything going down. Everything will go down in smoke. And guess what? I'm a phoenix. I'm a rise from the ashes. So I don't even give a damn. Like, what? This ain't my first life. This ain't even my first life, bruh. So it's like all of this, you gave up your power all for what? You asked that man to come down. You could have lived on, you could have been on your mountain, seen him over there on his with your binoculars, with your nosy ass, and just be like, you know what? I see that brother doing good for himself. Congratulations to him. I'm glad that we on the same view. Like I couldn't see him a little while ago because his mountain was a little bit lower than mine. But we on the same view. I could see you. Congratulations. That's what paying homage to people before you, after you looks like. What Kendrick did on his last album was pay homage to people by different instrumentals, different sounds, different samples. He reinvented people's styles and showed you how it is to be inspired by other artists, how to be influenced by other artists, but still maintaining my personal integrity, maintain myself within that influence. Because art ain't nothing but art repeating itself, but it's just enhanced by that person's vision of the art. There's nothing new out here under the sun. All artwork has been done by God. All we do is reinvent it. Then I'm trying to figure out the defamation part of this lawsuit because I'm like, what? How he defaming you, sir? I mean, granted, yes, pedophile is not technically what you are. However, under some guise, there is a term that lies that you are familiar with in real life, in real time, because you do like to, quote unquote, groom minors. You like to talk to girls under the legal age, United States and sometimes Canada's, because they ain't but a year apart. But you like to talk to girls under legal age until they are of age, and then you want to go on a date with them. Now, what y'all do when they're of age, I really don't know. But oh well, my allegedly thinking out loud is up there. So, but I'm gonna put you up here too, Elsa. Allegedly. It's kind of hard to say alleged when there's like kind of like track record proof though. Like, you know, you would tweet and DM these people, and then, you know, as soon as they come 18, you're taking them out to dinner. I'm just saying the track record has showed. It's a little questionable, and some things, knowing that the law has changed in this day and age. It might have been a time where a man could court a 12-year-old, but laws now does not state that. The laws that you're currently living in does not state that is legal. So therefore, allegedly speaking, you might be guilty of some of these things, and it doesn't sound like it's really defamation. What is being defamed? That you have ghostwriters? That there is a second child? I mean, you know, that could be questionable. I don't know if that's defaming. That could be questionable. If that, you know, there's a second child out there, you know, it might be a third or fourth at this point. We don't really know. It's a bunch of Tylers in the world, apparently. But, you know, what in the song, I'm really trying to go through Not Like Us is defaming. The fact that he said you're not like us, is that defaming? I don't know. What is your end goal? That's the key question. The key question to yourself, and this goes to anybody that is out here that is struggling with finding peace with themselves and not giving up their powers to others, is what is your end goal? What is your end goal in this? Like, do you want your peace disrupted today? Do you want your happiness messed up? If that's what your end goal is, by all means, carry on with what you're doing. But if I want to be happy, I'm not about to just let anybody disrupt my happiness. I'm not giving you that much power. I'm just not going to do it. When you're in a relationship with somebody, it gets hard. It gets hard not to do that because you both are exchanging power back and forth in a semi-healthy relationship, I could say, because I ain't in a fully healthy relationship. But in a semi-healthy relationship, y'all are exchanging powers back and forth. So sometimes yes, and then you have to try to regain your power, or whatever, and stuff like that. But I struggle with the regaining of the power part. So I just be like, you know what? I'm just not gonna give it up. I'm just not gonna give it up. So a lot of times I'll go on in my relationship and be like, "Hey, you good?" Person say they good. They don't want to tell me what it is. Okay, well, I'm gonna assume you good. I'm gonna go on about my business. Why? Because I do not want to be disrupted. I'm happy. I'm happy, so I don't want to be disrupted. I'm an empath, so I don't want to feel that BS that you got going on. If you want to feel that way, I'm gonna let you feel that way. It has nothing to do with me at this point. Once I ask you what's the issue and you can't tell me what the issue is or help me understand what the issue is, I'm not taking on that responsibility of carrying that weight of your emotions. I'm not. I'm the type of person that's not. I'm not gonna take your power away. You can keep it. You can keep it far away from me. You keep all your power far away from me. I would, but I'm not gonna give you mines. I'm not gonna give you mines in exchange. I'm not gonna allow you to put your pressure, your feelings, your emotions, your anything on me unless I want them. You're running around here dropping lawsuits under your own legal company. Like, do these people that I'm not gonna talk about these people. I don't know who these people he is representing him, but like what? I just want to know how many times they took the bar. That's all. I just want to know how many times these people took the bar and how many cases have they have won already. I just want to do some investigative research on that before I say too much on those people. But this is your own legal team that you're dropping a lawsuit against your own record label, saying that they helped your nemesis blow up. Because if it wasn't, Kendrick is just not good enough on his own to blow up like this without the record label's help, which is funny because during the battle, you would have heard those that followed the battle, you would have heard a lot of his stands saying that if it wasn't for Drake, Drake, if it wasn't for Drake, that if it, I'm gonna do it in a minute, right after I say this, Trey. Wait, hold up, don't mess me up. But if it wasn't for Drake, Kendrick would not be known right now. People would not be listening to Kendrick right now. So, like, Drake, do you sue yourself? Do you sue yourself in the middle of this? Because technically, how your fans was out here saying it, if it wasn't for you, and I think they got this from you, I think they got this thought from you. But if it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for you and this back and forth with him, that nobody would be thinking about Kendrick right now. Nobody will be streaming his records. This is what this audience was out here telling us, that if it wasn't for Drake right now, y'all wouldn't even be listening to Kendrick's music right now. So is it UMG? Is it you, Drake? What is it? The braids? Mustard! Somebody had to do it. What is it? My cat get mad. I've been doing my cat like that for the last couple of days. He's so bad at me right now. He can't stand it. I gotta stop doing that. I'm traumatized my cat. But I'm just saying, like, make that make sense for me, please. Make it make sense for me. Like, it's not making no damn sense at all. Like, say Drake. Your lawyers must be dumb. Cause what? I don't understand. Like, I need you to sue yourself at this point because you're part the reason why these sales is up so high. You called the man out. You've been calling this man out since way back when. You know what I'm saying? Like, he out. He out. You said Candyman like 5 times in the mirror. He is here now. What? What? One thing the boogeyman don't do is go back into hiding just because you was like, oh, I just wanted to see if you was under the bed still. Yeah, I'm still here under the bed. Come on down here with me. Like what? The boogeyman don't just stop haunting you just because you like, oh, I'm done now. Like what? You asked for this man to come out. You asked for his petty. You asked for him to walk his happy little ass down that hill and entertain you. Be entertained, my nigga. Don't sit here and try to blame nobody else other than yourself for what has happened. Like what? You've been taunting this man for I don't know how long. You wanted the pettiness, so when he gives it to you, don't be mad. Don't throw a fit and say, "Daddy, why would you let him do this to me?" Like what? What in the white privilege is this? What? Trey said he only got one thing to say. You're going to accuse your record label for giving another artist a boost. They better not have ever boosted your sales then. Uh-huh. He a fan, he a fan, he a fan. Kendrick be making people have Tourette's, bro. Like, what? What they saying and what they saying ain't talking about nothing. Man, like what? Because once you start, see this thing is not even a lawsuit right now. It's just to start a lawsuit, but you're trying to start a RICO lawsuit against your own label. Now, unless this is a whole scheme that Todd and Candy to set up with the help of you and Kendrick to get you out of your deal, meaning that here's how Kendrick is playing you back by helping you get out of your own record label deal, 360 deal that you decided that you was going to sign because, yeah, you are the man. The fuck? Your label boosted the sales of another artist that's not signed to the label, not making them money other than distribution, which is not a lot of money. That's why a lot of people opt for that deal because they don't have to give you that much money. As my mom would say, the monies. Peekaboo has been in my thing all morning, Trey. Peekaboo. I blame this man for saying that. That man sat there and said, "Well, your granny asking you where your cousin's going when they say they're going for a walk. They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. They ain't talking about nothing. What they saying? They ain't talking about nothing. What they saying? They ain't talking about nothing. What they saying? They ain't talking about nothing. I'm just like, what? How idiotic do you sound? Like you're so spiraling right now. All you needed to do is get your butt in a booth and make some real records. All you got to do is record, spin the records. Blue, you ain't got nothing else to do. Just get your butt up in there and spin the records. That's all. Get your butt in the booth, act unfazed, act unbothered as you like to pretend to be on Instagram and stream and all this other stuff. Like, be that. Don't pretend to be unbothered. Be unbothered, my nigga. Like, it's not that hard. Like, You got academics over here trying to set up the whole case, talking to this streamer. Like, I was approached. My Negro, y'all done approached about 4-5 people already. We see Happy Dad all in the background. Just because you're not directly doing through it, you're linked with Happy Dad, my guy. What are you talking about? That's why Kendrick even feeling like Snoop is questionable, because he got Happy Dad floating all in the background of his stuff. Like, I ain't see that either. Oh, you guys are buying streams. Here comes fuck Master Flex. Like, my guy, shh. Now I'm gonna tell you, like the man you done told, like they done told LeBron and they done told Metro, shut up and make a beat, my nigga. Like what? You're telling the industry to stop doing what they've been doing since the age of time. This is how the industry was created. People going to the record studio, paying people at the record studio to play their song so their song can be heard. Now it's a problem because it's Kendrick's song. And they already proved the Siri situation. We know Siri be listening too damn much, but not the right things. You know what I'm saying? We already disproved the Siri situation, that Siri just be picking up on keywords that is in the song. So if I ask her for Siri to play Certified Lover Boy, she's not going to think to play the album. And you know how many times we sat in a house trying to get Siri to play her, the artist, like play her. Like, who is her? Siri be arguing with us like, nigga, play her. Like, we gotta literally like say the song, which song that we want her to play, because Siri be on a good one. Like, who is her? You're not proving anything. It has been many times Siri is like playing some other stuff, and it's like, Siri, I did not ask you to play that. Not one time did I ask you to play that song. I said what I said, Siri. Play what I said. Him. No, I'm not just talking about the rap industry, though. I'm talking about the whole industry. The whole industry was set up. Negroes used to literally drive to the record station with their tape, cassette, record, whatever it was at the time. I mean, it was going on when they had records, when they was on reel to reel. They go in there with their reel, like, here, plug this up, play this. Here's some cash. They've been doing this for a long time. Now, because they're not doing it specifically in your favor, it's a problem, Drake? Cut the crap. If this is not the most Karenist thing ever, look here, Kevin. Look here, Kevin. Drake Aubrey Graham. The fuck? I'm gonna go tell my daddy. My nigga, you know you ain't never been in no street fight. You never been in a little street fight with the little neighborhood kids or whatever, stuff like that. I'm gonna go tell my daddy. Please go tell your daddy. He'll beat him up too, because that's what the neighborhood kids would have told you. And you couldn't have grown up in my house. So don't come home with your ass whoop and try to tell my daddy. You guess what? You getting back out there. You're gonna fight some more. And if you don't fight some more, you're gonna have to fight me. So one way or another, you're gonna learn how to fight, babe. You would not, Drake would not have survived in my house. And this is me as a girl with my daddy. Imagine what he would have did with the boy. Like, fight, lost, what? Household, not this one. Not this one. You better get your butt back outside. Call them back outside. You get outside. Fade. Let's go. Let's go, my nigga. Like, let's go. You coming home crying? My guy, no. No, all them tears better be dry before you step on this porch, bro. Like, dead ass. Like, if you got your ass whooped, you got it whooped somewhere else and you didn't come home and talk about it. That's for sure. You didn't come home and talk about it because you was going to catch another one. And then you got to go catch another one. We are not the same. We are not the same. That's why he say you not like us, bro. You don't have no idea. of American Black culture. You barely have idea of Black culture as a whole, but you have no idea of American Black culture. Like, you get in a fight, you go get in another one, or y'all become friends. One of the two. I don't know. I don't know. That is hilarious. Like, anywho, I miss rap battles back in the day. Like I say, I might have to tell y'all some stories. I'm gonna do a members live soon. Actually, I want to do a members live. I was gonna do it today, but I was like, I know a lot of y'all not my members already. I know a few of y'all are. I don't want to be rude and just have this thing and then make it feel like I'm talking about anybody in specific. So I did. I was like, let me do an open live and make sure that everybody know that this is literally about Drake and Kendrick or whatever, as a metaphor, as stop letting people have your power. I think one person who is very good at portraying people don't have their power, though, because I've sat around them in real life and I've got to pick up on some of their energies or whatever. I can tell when they're bothered, besides them screaming on their platform from on their podcast from time to time, because he gets animated and he gets active like that. But Joe Buttons has a very, very, very wonderful way of showing that he is not bothered by a lot of things. That's one thing I do admire about Joe Buttons, though I know he knows how to agitate a person, especially a person that be bothered. He know how to agitate them with that thing. But I learned how to be cool thanks to Joe Buttons. I learned how to be cool, like literally. Literally the day. So a lot of y'all don't know my background. I have on this channel right now, like one of my very first interviews is of my good friend Crooked. Crooked was a part of Slaughterhouse. Royce the 5'9" is my daughter's cousin. Found this out some years later, so it's not like anything or whatever, but found out her dad is related to Royce the 5'9". So technically, it's like a whole little circle or whatever. Met Joel and Joe through Crooked, of course. Pretty much met them all through Crooked, because I only found out about the other thing through a conversation with Baby Daddy later on and stuff like that. But that's neither here nor there. Sat with them all before several times. Then been through tour, whatever. Ran on tour with them a few places and stuff like that. All this to say that I've been around this man to know his energy. We played Truth or Truth together when they first started it, when it was off of the album and all this stuff like that. Got Crooked on here on my interviews, on one of my interviews on this channel right now. Joe presents calm and collected a lot of times, though when he's more quiet, he's more bothered. That's a fact. But I learned that valuable trait from Joe of not allowing people to see you bothered, having a great poker face from sitting around him and stuff. And I was going back to the day of the Rock the Bells thing. We hadn't made it up quite to the thing. We were still messing around in the studio. Me, my cousin is actually Cognac. Okay. My cousin is Cognac from Doggy's Angels. That's my actual country. I do not talk about a lot of these things that often or whatever and stuff, because what they do is separate from what I do. I try not to link it all in. I try not to name drop or whatever, but I'm just trying to give y'all a feel for where I was at this time. We're all at the studio or whatever. I can show y'all pictures if y'all don't believe me. I'll show you, because it's all that day. We was all at the studio hanging out, getting ready to come up there because we didn't need to be up there early. They had specifically told Joe not to go up there alone because he had beef with with Why I can't think of his name. Why is I can see Busta Rhymes and stuff. He had beef with Busta Rhymes, and he also had beef with somebody from the Wu-Tang, I think it was at the time or whatever. He been talking his mess like he usually do, and he was talking this day, and they told him not to go up there by himself, not to go up there by himself or whatnot. He decided he gonna go up there by himself because he Big Bad Joe. All right, he Big Bad Joe, y'all. He gonna go up there by himself. This is the same day he was on his live. He's streaming. It is noted. He gets slapped up on his live. By the time we got up there, when I say anybody else, I mean, me personally, I be ready. I be fuming. I be backstage fuming. I be up in them trailers fuming. I be going back and forth like I'm ready to get out there where my nicks at. Why y'all wasn't here? Whatever. Why y'all here? Like I'm about to go all. I'm about to go slap a Negro back myself. I would have been all that person. That man sat there cool and asked, "Do anybody got a lighter?" Carried on. This man just got slapped on live. And I'm not saying this in a way to be like, oh, somebody just beat him, like he a beat or whatever. No. That reaction right there taught me a lot. That reaction right there taught me a lot because one, Joe is a very calculated person. He was gonna get his get back. Did he ever get his get back? I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking in that moment, to be honest with you. I had my thoughts on what could be happening. And I'm gonna keep those thoughts to myself at this particular time. However, I don't know what was going through his mind, but all I know is that calm, unbothered demeanor that he displayed in that moment. And I watched him when he interacted with Tahiri. I watched him as he went on with what's her name? Caitlin. I can't remember her name at this time. Caitlin, whatever the girl name was before her, after Tahiri. That dude would be present so unbothered. And I was just like, damn, this is crazy to me because I've never seen somebody be so unbothered. Granted, I came from a place of war. So it's like, bother me, I'm gonna bother you back. I'm never at that peace. I'm never at that kind of peace that you gonna sit here and do this. Now I'm at enough peace that I'm gonna calculate how I'm gonna get you back, but I ain't never at that much peace that I sit there and just be like, hey, anybody got a lighter? I just need to smoke. I need to just smoke something real quick. Like I need a cigarette real quick. That's all. That man would not give up his peace for a lot of stuff. And I mean, like it took a lot. I watched Cricket do an interview and all this stuff like that. Literally do all like Joe would do stuff and not be bothered. Not be bothered. It took a lot. It takes a lot to bother Joe. And it has to be like somebody he deems close enough to him. That's one thing I did admire about him is that he do not give up his power a lot to a lot of people. Like he really don't. He'll make you lose control before he lost it or whatnot. So I went through that whole story just to tell y'all that sometimes y'all just gotta have the strength of Joe Buttons. That y'all can get slapped in the face, take the L and be unbothered. Just be unbothered. You know what I'm saying? Get in the gym. Get back in the gym. Come on, Kobe. Get back in the gym. You lost. You lost. You lost. But guess what? There's next year. There's more championship games to be played. All you got to do is get back in the gym and shoot. Get back in the booth and spit. Like that's all you got to do. I would have forgot about this stuff a few years from now. We'd have all forgot about it. Like it'd been a few of us still hip hop heads still talking about the battles because we'd have been talking about great battles of the past and all this stuff like that. But we wouldn't have been all in between everything and stuff like that or whatnot. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm going to remain unbothered because, see, God is testing me. Testing me to see if I can tell y'all, how to be unbothered while being bothered. No, but seriously, back to that. Like, I just need Drake to just go sit down. Go sit down, reflect, watch some highlight reels. You know what I'm saying? See what you did wrong, and then just get back in the booth. Just get back to the booth. Go back to your original self. The Drake that was Drake. The Drake that made all the girls fall in love was the singing R&B-ish type Drake. Just go back to that. When you had your mixtape first come out or whatever and stuff, and all the way to Take Care, Thank Me Later, and all that stuff, you were fine. Just go back to that. I need to go check on my tomahawk. Matter of fact, I think my smoker should have went out by now, so it should be at the end. I need to check on my potatoes too, because we've been on here for an hour. You know what? Give me one more second, y'all, because I'm gonna end up closing this live. But let me just check on these potatoes real quick. 1 second. All right, I'm back. My potatoes going. I'm trying to make me some loaded mash, y'all. I'm gonna make me some loaded baked. So baked potato mash, some loaded baked potato mash. I got a tomahawk on the smoker right now, so it's on its final stages because it's been going for a few hours or whatnot. I smoked some turkey loins as well. And I got some broccolini. I'm gonna eat good tonight because I'm working tomorrow. So it is what it is. Joe Budden is an interesting person to say the least. You know what? I know I need to do a character study on Joe Budden. He is. But one thing is clear. When it comes to the industry talk, he knows what he's talking about, especially when he's not talking directly on a subject. Yep, he do. He knows some stuff he's talking about. Like, all of them in that group. That group taught them a lot about the industry. It's just really sad that they just couldn't get it together to stay together. I mean, technically they weren't supposed to come together in the first place the way it was, because it was just supposed to be a song, and then that song blew up a certain way. So it was Onslaught, and then it just blew up, and then they did the whole first album together. The second album started getting a little tricky and stuff, but yeah. But anywho, I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna go get this running around. I'll be back later with me and El said. I think we're just gonna do another open conversation. I've been sending her a few little things, but I know I wanted to talk to this. We were supposed to do it today together, but and say this was on me because she don't really know too much about the beef, and I didn't really want to make it all about the beef. I don't have much that I'm gonna say other than Drake is playing himself at this particular junction of the road. But sometimes when you just refuse to listen to the people that are put into your corner to kind of help you out. Oh, excuse us for you having a black job. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. Okay. I got a universal job, so I don't know. My job sees no color. It just sees green and browns and clears, okay? Other than some juices. That's what my job sees, all right? That's what this job particularly is going to see. Some other jobs you can see, the crack of my, okay. I swear to God, this economy keep going the way it's going. I'm gonna be on OnlyFans, y'all. Find me. I'm playing, but I might not be. So find me. Shoot. Oh my days. But yeah, I just want to take a different approach because I'm like, I just want to focus on the spiraling out of control part of what Kendrick said. Because now what Drake is doing is making himself look like a prophet by telling everything that's going to happen. And like I say, that's the only way he knew all of this was going to happen is if them two came to a plan to help Drake get out of this contract, and that's why Kenny's paying him back secretly or whatever and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's still like, I don't F with you, my nigga, so it is what it is. What the French toast was that? But I don't know. You're spiraling, and you got to get right. You got to fix yourself. You got to get healed. You got to get into a space at peace with yourself. Sometimes it does mean, tearing down all that you built up and starting all over. And maybe that's what Drake needs to do. He needs to tear it all down so he can start all over. Your start all over might not be in the rap industry anymore, though. Not you available 8 to 5 minutes after 5 p.m. Eastern. Child, I'm not available. I'm not coming back in an hour for you. I'm not coming back in like 20 minutes for you. Like, you want me to come back in 20 minutes for you? No, I'm coming back later. So you better stay out the bed tonight, Elle said. You got to stay out the bed tonight. You ain't got nothing to do tomorrow. Nothing to do tomorrow but sleep, okay? So stay out the bed. Oh, Trey, on some side note of some food that I made some jerk salmon fried rice last night. Fire. I'm about to perfect that style though, because it's a little, I gotta cook it. I have to cook it a little bit different from how I make my regular salmon fried rice or whatnot, but it was so fire. So fire. I'm gonna go get dressed because I ain't got dressed yet. Because I've been out at my smoker. So now that my tomahawk is pretty much done and I could just probably pop that bad boy to the side until I'm ready. I'm going to go run these errands or whatnot. Me and Elle said we'll be back. And Elle said it's about 2 to 3 hours good for you. Like, I need a little time, child. I got a little things to do. I don't want to keep running in and out the house today. You know what I'm saying? I want to make this one whole run and then come back. Go away from me, Ray. Listen, I just want to know. You got to stay out your bed. Yeah, around 9 p.m. Eastern, that'll be good because that's about 4 hours from now. So yeah, that'll give me enough time to go try to take down all this stuff from this event that we did on Sunday. So get that stuff pulled to the side and all that. Because, tomorrow and the next day going to be a little busy. So around that time should be good. We'll be back with another open bar conversation. I'm going to figure out how to make it a members thing because I think I need to try to do that for a hot second. So I might member it sometime during the conversation if I figure it out because I need to practice that anyway because I owe it to my members. I was thinking earlier, side note again, I'm on another mission. Sorry, y'all. I was thinking earlier, I don't need to wait for a specific number of members. Y'all been freaking with me for a while now, and I so freaking owe y'all. So I appreciate all the love that y'all been giving me. I don't ask for much, but y'all give it to me anyway. So I appreciate you. So I definitely owe y'all something. So we can talk about some of my relationships with the industry itself, some of my relationships in general, like some of them would be crazy as hell. Some of them, I was crazy as hell. Those stories. Yeah, I definitely got to give those stories to my members, child. I can't give it to the whole public because then some of y'all might use and abuse the words that I tell y'all and go ahead on a zodiac spree or whatnot. And if you know, but go on a zodiac spree with the information I give you on how to get away with things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can't share all that. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could, Drake. I wish I could tell you how to, do some things and get away from it. But, I would advise you to go and listen to Mr. Morrell and the Big Steppers, really take that in, maybe get some therapy, talk to somebody, not just the people that are yes men in your corner, but actually talk to some people that will tell you no. That will tell you you look crazy right now. Talk to those people, because sometimes those people have your best interests at heart, not the people that just agree with you all the time. I'm gonna leave y'all on this quote that I heard the other day, and I know I'm gonna misquote it. I know I'm gonna misquote it, but bear with me. I hope y'all get the gist of it. Please get the gist of it, okay? I'm gonna pray to God that y'all get the gist of what I'm about to say, because it was very potent, and I loved it at the end of the day. I was scrolling, and I came across somebody who said, in order for you to learn and grow, you have to sit around people that disagree with you. Everybody does not have to sit and be in your corner. Everybody does not have to be agreeable with you. Everybody does not have to be the yes man. You do not need to sit in echo chambers. You will not grow from that space. In order for you to grow, and they was basically saying that, for you to be great, for you to be the best you that you will ever be, you have to link in yourself to people who disagree with you, people that don't always see the world the way you do. People that give you basically something else to think about, a different perspective on life. I know me and El Cid was playing around with his name in a whole bunch of movies and actors the other night, but Vantage Point is a very good movie for you to understand what I mean by that. If you ever watch Vantage Point, the whole thing of it is there's one thing that happens, but every last person sees something different. That's basically how life is. One thing happened, there was a battle. Drake sees it one way, Kendrick sees it one way, I see it one way, El Cid see another way. The practitioner will see it a different way. Trey will see it a different way. Everybody in the audience will see it a different way. Some of us may agree because of that particular angle that we were sitting in, whatever the case may be. We may see it this way. Some of our beliefs may skew the way we see things. Some of our morals will skew the way we see things. Some of our upbringing will skew the way that we see things, but doesn't mean that any way that we saw these things was wrong. We all saw the thing. We just saw it from different angles. We all saw the same thing happen. Some of us got a little bit more detail because our focus was more into what was happening. Some of us not so much because we weren't so focused on that. What we were focused on is just another part of what still happened. So sometimes what it takes for us to do is all come together and have conversations, not to sit here and say who's right or wrong, not to sit here and be like, I just want to go back and forth. I disagree with everything you say and you just see my point, but actually to be seen, understood, and heard. Love. Listen, understand, validate. We need to start talking to each other in more love. Because as Megan Good put it, not Megan Good, I'm sorry, Keke Palmer put it, we all just want to be seen. We all just want to be heard. We all just want to be acknowledged. So we see you, Drake. We see you, baby. Okay, we hear you, baby. Is this the right way to go about it? No. Look internally, sweetheart. Look internally. Okay, UMG, suing UMG is not going to solve your problems. Going at Kendrick is not going to solve your problems. Betting in stake is not going to solve your problems. Having academics maul or whoever else stand for you speak is not going to solve your problems. Because at the end of the day, your problems are much like your emotions. They're personal to you. So not one of us is going to solve your problems. Now, if you're looking for somebody to solve your problems, God is always available. His hotline is always open. You can always call on God. He is only a prayer away, no charge. But outside of that, ain't no man in this world going to solve your problems. What man does best is create a problem, trying to solve a problem. That's the best thing that man does. So as you think that suing UMG is going to solve this problem, you're going to create way more problems later on down the line. I advise you to think this through, because in the long haul, I don't think it's going to help you unless you plan on retiring from here and you don't give a F about the next generation, clearly, because you didn't give a F about the last. By all means, go forth with the case. But if you think that you're going to stay in this industry and benefit off of suing somebody, saying for skewing the streams and all this, and like doing that when they possibly have done it in your favor, do what man does best. Make more of a mess, child. Okay. Anywho, I'll talk to y'all later. Let me get up out of here so I can meet El Cid back in 4 hours. Okay. Because I don't want her going to bed on me again. I'm sorry, El Cid. That was my fault, child. I didn't get out. I tried to take a shower earlier and get up, but shoot, it didn't hit me until 6 o'clock. And I was like, okay, I'm ready. So I'm gonna do everything early today, child. I'm on vacation mode, big time. All right. So I'm about to get my life together right now. Go run these errands, get what I need to get so I can be back and fresh by then. So after our live, I can enjoy my whole big ass tomahawk and loaded mashed potatoes and broccolini and whatever else I decide to make later on, because I'm gonna be a fat ass tonight. Woo! I ain't been in the gym, so I'm about to eat good, okay? I'm about to eat good because I need some weight to work off. I can't work off where I'm at right now, child. I'm one of the people, I don't go to the gym, I lose weight. So yeah, I struggle on a different end. I struggle on a different level, okay? Y'all got to pray for me. Your girl is withering away, so I got to eat something tonight, all right? Y'all have a good night, all right? Be safe, be loved. And we're going to talk about what we're thankful for later, all right? We'll be in... I'm not being in a holiday spirit, but we'll be in a thankful spirit. Okay. We're going to be in a thankful spirit. We're going to see how many thanks I can give out. Child, I can't thank much. If I thank Drake, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I just feel like Drake. We're going to get up out of here on that note. Because Drake, the fuck?